All right, this is a Fox News alert. Last night it was named that Robert Mueller, former FBI director under President Obama and President George W. Bush, will now be special counsel looking into the Russia affair. Joining us right now is former Secretary of Education under President Reagan and also a Fox News contributor, Bill Bennett. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning.
Hey, hi, everybody.
And I should add best-selling author and big thinker, special counselor name. Good move, bad move for the administration?
Mixed. I think the special counsel thing is rife with potential mischief. You're giving the guy the car, the keys, credit card for gas all year. He becomes one of the 2 or 3 most powerful people in the country simply by being named. However, if you're going to have a special counsel, I think Robert Mueller is as good as Republicans and Donald Trump could hope for. A man of unquestionable integrity, Princeton lacrosse player. He's a jock. He's more important, he's a Marine, a decorated Marine, Bronze Star in Vietnam. I like him. He is part of the swamp, I guess, but I wanted to make this point later. He is part of the swamp who can be trusted, I believe. So I think good news on that front. If Donald Trump didn't do any collusion, and I don't believe he did, Mueller's great news. If he did collusion, and I don't think he did, Mueller's bad news, because he will get to it.
So what happens next? What's the process?
Yeah. Well, the process is it goes quiet, or it should go quiet. Mueller will not give press conferences. This should, at least tone down the volume of the Democrats. It may not, because they're infected with some kind of this disorientation syndrome in regard to Donald Trump. But the perfect answer by the White House, I think you guys made it earlier, by Sean Spicer. Look, this is a special counsel. It's in his purview. Let's wait and see what he finds out. This will calm them down for about 30 or 40 minutes. Then they'll start screaming. But there's now a good response to the screaming, which is let the special counsel do his work.
Absolutely. I got to ask you, though, the Deputy Attorney General, Rod Rosenstein, he's the guy who decided to appoint this special counsel. It's interesting because up to like a week ago, he was against the idea because he felt the FBI could actually do it on their own because they're independent and they're the FBI, of course. But apparently, because the politics and everything else have become so thick in Washington, D.C., apparently his thinking evolved to conclude that the special counsel was needed to prove to the public that the investigation was thorough but impartial, because that's what's going on. You refer to the swamp people. People just feel like everybody's got an axe to grind.
Yeah, and I think this was partly in a redemption of his own reputation. I think he felt a little bit like a fall guy. The advice I got to Washington was think high, think low, act high. Excuse me, think low, act high. Let's assume the base motive here. I think Rosenstein wanted to redeem his own reputation, show that he was strong. I heard him all over the liberal media this morning praise to the skies as this great guy. But whatever the reason, Mueller is a good choice. By the way, I think Mueller is, my own personal opinion, is out to get Trump. I think he thinks of himself as a maker and unmaker of presidents. He unmade one or helped to unmake one. In the case of Hillary Clinton, now he wants to unmake another.
Well, you said
I don't
Mueller
go for
or
this
Comey?
line.
Mueller or Comey?
Comey. Excuse me.
Yeah.
My mistake.
A lot of people just passed out.
Right.
All right, so we'll revive him in a second.
No, I don't. Play it back. Cut it out. Comey is.
I understand it. The independent counsel has been disbanded, I understand, because after Iran-Contra and Whitewater, both sides said, let's stop this. What did they stop by stopping the independent counsel?
Well, not much. I mean, what you stopped was somebody who operates outside the purview of the Justice Department. This guy still reports to the Justice Department, and technically he can be fired by the president. Not a good idea, I would say, to President Trump. Wouldn't be a good idea to fire Mueller. Plus, I think he's going to do an honest and thorough job. Let me come back to the Comey point, because for Ainsley. Ainsley said earlier, pointing out to that testimony on May 3rd, where Comey went to the Hill and was asked whether there's ever been efforts to obstruct justice while he was there by a president or anyone else. He said no. Yeah. That's very important for him to have said. Let's see what he says next week or the week after. My guess is it won't be good, but I don't think that'll affect Mueller.
That's a taste of what's yet to come, but maybe it won't be good. You never know. We've seen him change his tune several times. I know that the president went to Washington. He said he wanted to drain the swamp. Is there anyone in the so-called swamp that you think is beneficial for him?
Yeah, look, you know, I guess I'm a swamp creature of sorts. I've been there a while. I like to think I'm in the swamp, but not of the swamp. There's all sorts of talented people and able people in Washington. I'm having a conversation later with Don Rumsfeld. There are people like that. You may need some people from the swamp to get after the people in the swamp because they understand how the swamp works. Think of the John Sununu's, the Andy Cards, people like that. They can be very useful and very helpful. Not everybody in the swamp is a creature from the Black Lagoon. You know, this creature from my childhood movies. Some of them I think would be useful, and he's got to get after the swamp creatures who are leaking and maybe doing more damage to this presidency than anybody else, even Comey.
No kidding. The swamp leaks, no doubt. All right, Bill Bennett joined us today from, I believe, Bald Head Island. Beautiful down in North Carolina. Bill, thank you very much.
You gave me away, man. I want people to think I'm hard at my desk in the swamp.
All right.
Ainsley knows where I am. Ainsley knows where I am.
The Outer Banks, beautiful.
It is.
Okay. Plus, we can track you on your phone. All right.